Through the 8-year run of Adventure Time, the location of Ooh was kept deliberately ambiguous. Where on Earth was the magical candy-riddled land before the Mushroom War changed the landscape drastically? Many fans have speculated, and I'm here to parse through the evidence. I'm Kris Carr. Let's find out where Ooh used to be. Theory number 1. Germany. One country that comes up frequently in theory forums is Germany. Remember the episode Root Beer Guy? Root Beer Guy sees Finn and Jake abduct Princess Bubblegum, but no one believes him. So, he takes matters into his own hands and sets out to unwrap this candy crime. Ultimately, this was all an elaborate ruse for Princess Bubblegum to test her police force, the Banana Guards. And since Root Beer Guy solved the case, he's promoted to head of the Banana Guards. Head. Banana. There's a sex joke there somewhere, I'm just way too lazy to write it. Now what does this have to do with Germany? Well, throughout the episode, all the police signs are written in German. We also know that Peavy speaks German fluently, so perhaps she's speaking the native language of the OG land of Ooh. Others have speculated that her fluency in German is more about her being a candy-coated dictator. Man, the internet cries Hitler so fast, y'all. Godwin's Law! Personally, I've got to give it to this Redditor who believes Ooh was some Eastern European country because those dudes make delicious baked goods, and naturally, all the people would mutate into confections. There could be some validity to Ooh being in Eastern Europe, though. I mean, not just because they make bomb-ass evil skeever and residents are an A1C point away from being candy, but because Simon purchased the ice crown from a dock worker in Scandinavia. We also know from the episode Broke His Crown that one of the former hosts of the ice crown was a blonde boy named Sven, whose whole being screams Scandinavian. Ultimately, I think this is less evidence of Ooh originating from Germany and Eastern Europe, more so proof that Simon traveled the world, which makes sense considering that he used to study historical antiques and artifacts. Also, according to the Adventure Time Encyclopedia, German is the preferred language of the demons on the show. As we know, a majority of the demons in AT are inhabitants of the Nightosphere, and not Ooh proper. So, could Princess Bubblegum's fondness of the German language have been adopted from the years she spent building the Candy Kingdom? Possibly learning the German language to strengthen diplomatic relations with the Nightosphere? While purely conjecture, this makes the most sense to me once we consider theories with a little more weight to them, such as theory number 2, Japan. Like the Germany theory, there's also some background Easter eggs that hint at Ooh once being Japan. Japanese writing is seen in the background of several scenes, like for instance the episode Candy Streets, which features a sign that reads pharmacy. Fans have also noted that Jake speaks in Japanese catchphrases from time to time, such as in the episode Return to the Nightosphere.
Josude, gamate ne.
The only thing I know how to say in Japanese is domo arigato demi lovato, so Jake is clearly a lot cooler than me. Unlike the German Eastern European theory, the Japan theory has one thing going for it beyond language, and that's the size of Ooh. Adventure Time creators have given mixed explanations of the size of Ooh, ranging from a continent in its own, such as Australia, to a small island nation. Based off the episode The Lich, we can confirm that Ooh is much closer in size to the latter. After Finn and Jake gather all of the princess gems to activate the Enchiridion, Bucko gives them a tour through the cosmos, and eventually zooms into Ooh. It's a blink and you'll miss it moment, but based off of this frame, you'll see that Ooh is a small island. Adventure Time superfan and author of the website Adventure Time Chronology, Jag M, did out the math and estimates that Ooh is approximately 450 kilometers wide. He took the known distance between two islands in the Island miniseries and used it to find the rough width of Ooh. I'm not going to bore y'all with a math class, but in case you want to double check the numbers yourself, you can find a link to Jag M's work in the description. According to Google, the width of Japan ranges from approximately 50 to 230 kilometers, so not exactly the size of Ooh, but clearly the geography of the planet has drastically changed since the Mushroom War, so I wouldn't exactly eliminate Japan from our running. But there is one theory that does align closer to the math. Theory 3, USA! Okay, obviously the island of Ooh is not the whole of the United States, but I couldn't help myself with the pun. Many fans believe the show takes place in what used to be the United States of America, specifically the western portion, due to various landmarks and pop culture references made throughout the series. Let's unpack those landmarks first. In the episode I Remember You, we see signs for the 101, the main interstate route passing up the coast of California. In Simon and Marcy, we're shown several Los Angeles locations, like the Vincent Thomas Bridge, as well as the LA River. I mean, the LA River isn't exactly a river, it's more like a skate park for graffiti artists, but you feel me. We even catch a glimpse of the ruins of what could be San Francisco in the episode Joshua and Margaret Investigations. The bridge in the background looks a whole lot like the Golden Gate Bridge. I didn't watch Full House religiously to not spot that bad boy. There are non-Cali markers as well. In Bonnabelle Bubblegum, super sleuths may have noticed an Arizona license plate on the wall. Or you may have been too caught up in Gumball trying to drug his young niece, a thing that also probably happens a lot in Arizona. Arizona borders California, so perhaps the state still exists somewhere. Or it's just from a California transplant because no one in Los Angeles is actually from LA.
It's literally like someone took America by the East Coast and shook it, and all the normal girls managed to hang on.
These locations could obviously just be allusions to where the writers and animators actually lived, but it's made many a fan firmly believe that OO is California, the land of fruits and nuts and now candy people. Do you think everyone in LA died from the apocalypse or from the gluten and lack of soul cycles? The real kicker is that the state of California is roughly 400 kilometers wide. Add in a portion of Arizona and blam! You've got the 450 kilometers JAG-M estimated OO to be. Sure, California isn't exactly an island. Yet! For years, Californians have offhandedly joked about the San Andreas Fault splitting their state off from the rest of the continental US and drifting far away into the ocean. On the pop culture front, the show makes references to two popular American sitcoms, Cheers and Mr. Belvedere. In Simon and Marcy, we learn that Simon, pre-Ice King, would sing the Cheers theme song to entertain young Marceline. Later, he'd use the song as a tool to try to keep himself under control when using the power of the crown to fight off mutants.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
What is this?
Cheers ran from 1982 to 1993, a magical, long ago time when most of AT's viewers didn't exist. So, just so you're in the loop, it was a sitcom about a former relief pitcher for the Red Sox who owned a bar. It's delightful, watch it in syndication, and keep giving Toy Story's ham that sweet, sweet residual money. In the episode Everything Stays, Marceline overhears some humans singing songs to preserve their culture. The humans and Marceline sing the theme song to the show Mr. Belvedere.
According to our new arrival, life is more than mere survival, and we just might live the good life yet.
Mr. Belvedere was another American sitcom from the 80s that centered on an English housekeeper working for an American family. Which makes it even weirder that that theme song works so well for a bunch of post-apocalyptic survivalists to sing to preserve humanity. Of course, it's possible that plate tectonics and coastal drift and natural erosion and other science words caused all of these places to squish into a big old Pangea again. So maybe all of these theories are right. The jury's still out on where in the world is OO. But hey, if you have other theories about where OO might be, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and if you're in the mood to watch us on a bigger screen, check us out on Roku. Want more? Then click to the left of my face. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you, Space Cowboy.